Hey guys, Miss Rodriguez here to teach you a math game. This is probably the first math game that I teach my students. It deals with place value of numbers from 2 digits to 4 digits. With this game, we're going to play up to 3 digits. And like I said, if you want to lower the curriculum, you could do 2 digits, or if you want to take a step up in curriculum, you could do 4 digits. We're just doing 3 digits today. So you're going to need to create your own playing cards, and you're going to number them 0 through 9. Now it's going to take 5 note cards, and I used index cards. You could use sticky notes, you could use a piece of paper and cut it up. However you feel like you need to do it. I used index cards, note cards, just basic note cards. So what I did is I folded the first one in half, and then you're going to number 0 through 9. Students can do this. They can take pride in their work, or parents, if you want to create it for your kids, that's fine. And so the game we're playing is called Trash, and I know that doesn't sound exciting, but it is, because you are allowed to trash one of your playing cards. And I'll show you how to create your board. Now for the board, I've just taken a piece of notebook paper and I'll show you how I created it. I've already created one. You're going to need 2. Now you can create one and put it into the copier and just copy the same thing, or if you feel confident in making 2, that's fine. Students can also make it. Parents, if you want to do it for them, totally fine. But I'm going to show you how I would create it. So I'm just using a note card to get the size of the playing cards down. And I'm using the lines on the notebook paper as a guide. And since we're playing 3 digits, I'm only going to need 3 boxes for my cards. You don't need a ruler. If you feel like you need one, go for it. But I'm just keeping it simple. Doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're learning, right? Okay, so with 3-digit numbers, you're dealing with 3 place values. The very first place value would be what place? Your ones place. Your next place value would be your tens place. And then your third place value is your hundreds. And then this box here, I know I have 4 boxes and we're only doing 3 place values, but this box here is for your trash card. Now, like I said, I've already created 2 game boards. So I'm just going to place them one on top of the other, just so you can see both games going on at once. Now my trash box is on the second board, is down here. So you could play by yourself, however you can't really challenge yourself, but it would be helpful to play with somebody. You can play with creating largest number or smallest number. Usually students like to create largest number because it's big and they like things big. If you want to play smallest, that's fine, or you could switch it up between games. So with the 100 spot, since this is the biggest place value, you want the larger numbers here. 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s are okay. Your trash box, you probably want to throw away the 0s and the 1s. I wouldn't throw away anything bigger than a 5. That's just me, though, if you're playing larger number. Your 10 spot, keep that limited to your mid-range numbers. So 4s, 5s, and 6s. And then your 1s, you can put anything in there, honestly. So you're mostly focused on getting a big number here. So you take your 4 sets of cards, 0 through 9, shuffle them up a little because you counted 0 through 9 4 times, and yeah, they're probably not shuffled very well. Okay, player 1. So I'm going to draw a card for player 1. I drew a 5. Now, if you feel like this is the biggest number you can get, you could put in the hundreds. If you feel like this is the smallest, put in the ones. I wouldn't throw 5 away. It's a pretty good mid-range number. I'm going to place it in the tens place. Player 2. Player 2 drew a 3. Same thing. I think we could get something bigger than a 3. This isn't my smallest. I don't want to throw it away. I'm going to place it in the tens. So if I have 5 tens and 3 tens, who's winning so far? Player 1 would be winning because they have 50. Player 2 has 30. Technically, there would be a 0 in the ones place right now. So player 1's going to draw again. Drew another 5. I'm going to place it in the ones because, again, I feel like I can still have a chance to put a bigger number in the hundreds place. We'll see, though. Player 2's turn. Player 2 drew a 4. Again, I feel like I can get a bigger number than that. So I'm going to put the 4 in the ones place here. Who's winning? It's still player 1. 55 versus 34. So player 1 again. Ooh, we got a 9. That's the biggest we can get. I'm going to use that and put it in my hundreds place. So my final number, I can't fill it in anymore. My final number is 955 for player 1. So now it's player 2's turn. My question is, if I get a number, if I get a 900, do I have a chance of winning? I would have 955 versus 934. I wouldn't have a chance of winning, but let's go ahead and finish out the game. So player 2 drew a 1. Now, I definitely couldn't use this, so I could go ahead and put it into my trash box. Player 2 draws, and I just so happen to draw a 9. So to finish the game, player 1 got 955, player 2 got 934. Now, if we're going to compare these numbers, we both had the same hundreds place, so we look in the tens place. Who has a bigger tens place? Player 1 has a bigger tens place with 50. Player 2 has 30. So that's how you know that player 1 won the game. You can play this with smallest number. Totally up to you. We'll go ahead and do a round of smallest number. Now you can put these back in the deck, or you could just put them to the side. You can reshuffle. You can take turns. Player 2 lost. Player 2 can go first this time. Doesn't matter. If I'm playing against myself, I'm just going to keep going as I am. So I'm going to go a little quicker. Player 1 drew a 7. Now we're looking for the smallest number we can make. In my hundreds place, the smallest numbers, I actually want a 0, 1, 2, or 3 to go here. I drew a 7. This isn't the biggest number, so I'm not going to trash it. I'm just going to put in my ones place. Player 2 drew a 3. This is one of the small numbers I would want. Now, is it the smallest? No, not that I can draw for now, so I'm going to put in the tens place. Player 1 drew an 8. So this is one of the large numbers I was talking about. It's not a 9, but I'm going to go ahead and trash that number because I feel like I have room for smaller numbers here. Player 2 drew a 7. I think I'm going to keep it and put in my ones because now, if you look in our ones places are even. Player 1's turn. Player 1 drew a 2. This isn't my smallest number, but if I put it here in the tens place, what do you notice about the two numbers we've created so far? You're welcome to pause the video and have a conversation about it. So player 1 has a 2 in the tens place, and player 3 has a 3 in player 1 has a 2 in the tens place. Player 2 has a 3 in the tens place. Well, 20 is less than 30, so if we're playing smallest number, player 1 has the winning mark so far. So this is the last round, and it's player 2's turn. Player 2 drew a 6. So if I put the 6 here, player 1 has a chance of getting 0 through 5. I'm going to take my chances and throw that away in my trash box. And now it's player 1's turn. I have no more throwaway cards left. I just have to go with what I have. So player 1 drew a 1. Now that's pretty good. The smallest you can get from a 1 is a what? It would be a 0. So player 2's turn. Player 2 drew a 0. I'm not throwing that away. I can't throw it away. I already have a card there. So look at the numbers we've created. I have 127 and 37. So if we're playing smallest number, who won? Player 2 would be the winner because player 1 has 1 hundreds. How many hundreds does player 2 have? Player 2 doesn't have any hundreds. So because they have a 1 in their hundreds place, they're the loser, and player 2 is our winner this time. So like I said, you can play biggest number or smallest number. If we were playing biggest number, then player 1 would be the winner. Obviously, we wouldn't put a 1 in the hundred. We would probably put that 8 we threw away. But up to you. This game is called Trash. It's place value. You can even do it just 2-digit numbers. And so that's what I mean by 2-digit numbers. But up to you. You can start with 2-digit and add the third box when you feel comfortable with the game. But this would be a simple game to create and play on your own.